was like, God, what should I talk about? What you want me to talk about? And he was like, I want you to like reflect on some important things you learned this year, you know, as we get ready to end the year. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to talk about 3 game changers that has me on track to living a purposeful and profitable life. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if y'all want to take notes, these are 3 game changers that has me on track to living a purposeful and profitable life. And I got my notes, so I'm going to be looking down. Good morning, y'all. Okay, so my first game changer that has me on track to living a purposeful and profitable life is this year I decided to choose faith over fear. Like I realized that fear is just a perceived threat, and fear implies anxiety and a loss of courage. And I was like, no, like like the devil is a lie. I'm not going to live like that. So I had to step back and ask myself, like, are you really going to keep playing yourself? Are you really going to keep downplaying yourself? Like, what is the root of this? I had to ask myself some tough questions. And when I thought about it, I had to be honest and admit, in the back of my head, I would always be like, if I do this or if I started to do that, like, what are people going to think? And don't judge, because I know y'all been there too. Like, where you know that you want to start doing something different or you want to shift, but like the thought of what people would think kind of like held you back. Like, now on the other hand, God was telling me it's time to shift, and the only thing that was holding me back was fear and the what ifs and self-doubt. So I had to make a choice: continue to let fear hold me back, or like put on my big girl panties and get in alignment with what God has for me. So guess what I did? I chose faith over fear. And I'm like, God, help me see me the way you see me. Like, I need to borrow your faith. I need to borrow your boldness. And now I'm one step closer to my purpose, and like fear's in my rearview mirror. So choosing faith over fear was a huge game changer for me this year. Like, I'm doing everything I want to do. Like, I'm not second guessing nothing. Want to start a new business. I want to move different. I want to start doing my YouTube. Whatever I want to do, like, I'm doing it just boldly and not letting fear hold me back at all. So that was such a game changer for me. So I think that's something that everybody could like start doing, even as we end the year. Like, what is fear holding you back from? And just start to choose faith over fear, period. Okay? So that's my first game changer. My second game changer was prioritizing time for self-reflection. And I feel like as women, we don't do this enough. Like, I feel like as women, we have to get a second opinion about everything. Like, y'all ever went to like buy a new outfit and you're in a fitting room and you like, okay, this cute, like this look good, but like, let me FaceTime my boo, or like, let me FaceTime my friend, or let me send somebody a picture to get a second opinion. And it's like, you see yourself in the mirror, you feel like you look good. Like, what's the point of getting a second opinion? Like, why do we need to get a second opinion so much? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to take that time for self-reflection, so our opinion about ourselves should matter more than anybody else. Like, do y'all get that? Like, the whole point of getting a second opinion about everything, like, we see ourselves, we think the outfit is cute, we think we look good, but we need to ask somebody else what they think. Like, why? Like, or even if God gives you a new assignment, or he gives you some direction and you know that it's God's voice, but we feel like we need to get a second opinion from somebody. Like, it's a time and place for a second opinion, but when are we going to start valuing our own opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is how we feel about ourselves going to be enough? And that's why self-reflection was so important for me this year. Here's another example. Y'all know, like, you'll take a cute pic and you'll get ready to put it on Facebook or get ready to put it on Instagram, and you know you felt that pic was cute. But once you post it, you might not get as many likes or as many comments as you wanted. And you start second guessing yourself, like, wait, was the pic really cute? Like, you know you thought the pic was cute. So why is, you know, once you post it and you didn't get the reaction you wanted, you start second guessing yourself. And I even like noticed that, like, but once I stepped back and start like really making time for self-reflection, I was like, no, like we have to stop moving like that. You know, we have to make time for self-reflection, and again ask ourselves some tough questions like, why don't I trust my own opinion? You know, and if I don't trust my own opinion, I definitely don't trust what God says about me. So we got to take some time and let that marinate. Like, am I making time for self-reflection? And I have, honestly, I've really been prioritizing self-reflection, and it's been a major game changer for me. So that's another thing that y'all should really think about that. Like, step back, like, do I always need somebody's opinion? Like, how do I feel about myself? Like, let me step back and really self-reflect, okay? Are y'all with me? Okay, so my last game changer that has me closer to living a purposeful and profitable life is I had to kill all the distractions. Like, first I had to identify the distractions. Like, you know, when you're an alcoholic or you have like a drug abuse problem and you have to go to an AA meeting, the first thing you have to do is like identify, like, I'm Kiera, I'm here, and I have a problem. Like, that's what I had to do with my distractions. And I noticed that Instagram is a huge distraction for me. Like, at some point I felt like I was literally getting addicted to Instagram. Now I say Instagram, y'all, because I'm not really a Facebooker, okay? Facebook is cool, but I'm not a Facebooker. I love Instagram, but it really became a huge distraction for me, and I felt like I was obligated to be on there. And at that point I felt like, okay, this is a problem. Now, don't judge, because we live in a digital world, and now we're all basically addicted to our phones, and like we all feel like we're obligated to like share stuff. So I decided to take a step back. I deleted the app, and I've been off Instagram for 2 months, y'all. I feel like I've been clean for 2 months. Like, it was really an issue. So again, I had to step back and ask myself some tough questions like, who are you doing it for? What are you doing? Like, who are you living for? Like, are you in alignment with what God said about you? Like, are you living to please the world? Are you being authentic? Like, are you being purposeful? Are you bearing fruit? Like, in each step, I had to really, not each step, but like each of these game changers really led me to just stepping back and asking myself some important questions like, are you living a life that's pleasing to God? Or are you trying to prove to somebody that you still got it, sis? Don't act like y'all don't do it too. Don't act like y'all don't do it too. Like, once I killed the distractions and I was like, I really need to like assess myself and check myself. Romans 12:12 started playing in my head. And that's, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable in the perfect will of God. If you really think about that, how can you possibly be transformed by the renewing of your mind if you're super distracted? Like, I couldn't even really understand this scripture or really take a step back to do anything to say, hey, am I conforming to the world? Am I being transformed by the renewing of my mind? Because I'm so distracted, I don't know what's going on. But once I stepped back and killed the distractions, I was like, okay, now, Lord, I'm hearing you clearly. Now I know, okay, Lord, I know what you need me to do. Okay, Kiera, this is what you need to do for yourself. You need to like get your mind right. So killing the distractions was a major game changer for me. Okay, so y'all, I'll recap my 3 game changers that has me on track to living a purposeful and profitable life. And the first one is I chose faith over fear. I chose faith over fear, and my life has just been on the up and up since. I'm not worrying about what people saying. I ain't worrying about what people doing. I'm just focusing on me and God. That's it. Then I prioritize time for self-reflection. We don't always need a second opinion. We don't always need to know what she thinks about this or what he thinks about this. Like, sis, what do you think? What do you think about yourself? What do you think about what's going on? So that was my second game changer. And my third one was killing all distractions. Taking a step back. I feel like as we get close to the new year, we need to really step back and see what's distracting us. What am I focusing all my energy on that's causing me to lack in other areas? And then do something about it, okay? That's all I have for y'all. My 3 game changers that has me on track to living a purposeful and profitable life. I hope y'all take some time to step back and ask yourself some tough questions like, what's holding me back? How can I get on track to living a purposeful and profitable life? And then pray about it, okay? I love y'all. I'm praying for all of y'all, and I will see y'all later.